The grease popped angrily in the fryer as Devin Daniels wiped his brow with the back of his hand, the scent of oil clinging to his uniform. It was barely 10 a.m., and the line at the McDonald's drive-thru was already stretching around the block. He didn't have time to think about missed college games or broken promises. Right now, someone was yelling about extra pickles, and his manager was motioning frantically toward the register. Then the door chimed. Devin glanced up, and for a moment, everything else faded. The man who walked in had a presence. Not the kind of presence that just turns heads. This one silenced the room. Tall, confident, wearing a dark blazer and Lakers gold sneakers, he looked around the place like he already knew what he was looking for. It couldn't be... No way. Was that Magic Johnson? Devin whispered to himself, blinking in disbelief. Customers started whispering. A mom fumbled her phone to get a picture. The fry cook nearly dropped a basket. Devin stood frozen behind the counter, apron stained with ketchup and sweat. Magic scanned the restaurant, then made his way straight to Devin. It felt impossible, like a camera trick, like a dream that had no right crossing over into his real life. "You Devin Daniels?" Magic asked, voice smooth but serious. Devin's mouth opened, but no sound came out. Finally, he managed a hoarse, "Yeah?" Magic smiled, but it wasn't just polite, it had something behind it. Thought. "Wait. I've been looking for you," he said. The restaurant buzzed louder. His co-workers stared. Someone gasped. But Devin only heard the sound of his own heartbeat, pounding like sneakers on hardwood. "Why?" Devin asked, voice cracking. Magic reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded paper. He laid it on the counter like it was sacred. It was a scouting report, worn, marked up, and signed at the bottom, Irvin Magic Johnson. 4 months ago, a buddy of mine saw a game at that rec center off Crenshaw, Magic said. He saw a 6'6" kid drop 38 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. Said the kid reminded him of me back in the day. Said the kid disappeared after that. Devin stared at the paper, numb. His last game before everything fell apart, before his mum got sick, before bills piled up, before basketball became something he used to do. "I thought you'd be in a gym," Magic continued, "but here you are, and I get it. Life's not fair. But I came to ask you one question." Devin swallowed hard. "What's that?" "You still want it?" He didn't have to explain what it meant. The question hit Devin like a gut punch. All the early mornings on the court before school, all the nights he fell asleep watching Kobe highlights on YouTube, all the sacrifices, the doubts, the moments he almost gave up, and the ones where he actually did. But before he could answer, his manager called out sharply, "Devin, you on fries or you want to be unemployed?" Devin looked from the fryer to Magic Johnson, one man offering a paycheck, the other a chance. Magic didn't blink. "Your move, kid. If you're as inspired as I am right now, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment about the last time someone believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself." Devin didn't answer right away. He stared down at his hands, calloused from lifting fryer baskets, not basketballs. His apron clung to his chest like a weighted vest. Everything in him screamed to say yes, to leap over the counter, to follow Magic Johnson out the door and never look back. But real life didn't work like that. Real life had bills, insulin prescriptions, and eviction notices. He took a deep breath. "I got responsibilities." Magic nodded slowly. "I respect that." Behind them, the buzz of the restaurant resumed, fries crackling, orders being barked, the beep of drive-through headsets. His manager, arms crossed, raised an eyebrow. "Look," Devin added, quieter now. "My mum's diabetic. I help with rent. I'm not trying to chase a fantasy." "This isn't a fantasy," Magic said. "It's a fork in the road." That hit harder than Devin expected. The words lingered in the hot, greasy air. A fork in the road. The kind of phrase people say right before everything changes. "I can't just walk out," Devin muttered. "You sure?" Magic asked, tilting his head. "Because I think you already did, a long time ago." That stung. Magic stepped back, giving him space. "I'm not here to force you. I just thought you should know. Someone out there remembers your name." He turned to leave. Devin watched the legend push the door open and step into the Los Angeles sun. For a few seconds, the world went still. Then Devin moved. He untied his apron, pulled the visor from his head. He didn't even think, just moved, like muscle memory, like the first step in a fast break. His manager started yelling, but the words didn't register. Devin pushed through the door and squinted in the sunlight. "Wait," he called. Magic was halfway to his SUV. He stopped, glanced back with that same knowing smile. "I can't promise I'll make it," Devin said. "But I can't stay here either." Magic nodded once. "Now that's the kid I heard about." By nightfall, Devin was standing in a dimly lit gym on the south side of the city. Cracked wood floors, faded free throw lines, the kind of place where legends are built in the dark. Magic sat in the bleachers, silent, watching. Devin held the ball loosely, trying to quiet the noise in his head. It had been months since he played a real game. His legs felt heavy, his shot rusty, but somewhere inside that fire was still smoldering. He started slow, layups, then jumpers, missing more than he made. His frustration flared, and for a second, doubt crept back in. "You think Kobe got to be Kobe by getting it right the first try?" Magic called out. Devin didn't answer. He picked up the ball and started again. Dribble, crossover, pull up. Swish! He kept going. Sweat poured. His breath came heavy. But the rhythm was coming back. His body remembered. So did his instincts. After 40 minutes, Magic stood up and clapped slowly. "All right," he said. "You're not ready yet, but you're hungry. That matters more than talent." Devin bent over, hands on his knees, heart pounding like a drum. "So what happens now?" he asked. Magic smiled. "Now? We see how bad you want it." The alarm buzzed at 4:45 a.m. Devin groaned, dragging his aching body out of bed. Every muscle screamed from the night before, but he didn't hesitate. He laced up his old sneakers, still stained from high school tournaments, and stepped out into the chilly Los Angeles morning. Magic had made it clear. "Meet me at Inglewood Park at 5:30. If you're late, don't come at all." The park was nearly empty when Devin arrived, breath visible in the cold. The streetlights were still on. Magic stood by the court, already bouncing a ball, alone except for one other man, tall, lean, and younger than Devin expected. "This is Avery," Magic said, tossing Devin a ball. "Played at Oregon, almost made the league. Didn't. But he trains killers now." Avery nodded once. "Hope you didn't eat yet, you're gonna puke." He wasn't lying. The first hour was all conditioning, suicides, resistance bands, full court sprints. Devin's lungs burned. His legs felt like lead. He hadn't moved like this since his last tournament nearly a year ago. "Push!" Avery barked. "Now you want a scholarship or a shift change?" By the second hour, they moved to shooting drills, catch and shoot, pull-ups, step backs. Devin's form was inconsistent, but flashes of his old rhythm broke through. Muscle memory resurfaced like a ghost. Magic sat on a bench nearby, sipping coffee, watching every move. After 3 hours, Devin collapsed on the sideline, chest heaving. Avery tossed him a towel. "You've got tools," he said. "But tools rust, you gotta sharpen." Devin nodded, too exhausted to speak. Magic approached. "You're gonna train 6 days a week. You're gonna work at night to cover bills. I'll make some calls, see if a JUCO will give you a look, but that's it. I'm not handing you a golden ticket." Devin wiped sweat from his face. "I don't want a ticket. I want a shot." Magic stared at him a long moment, then smiled. "That's what I needed to hear." The weeks that followed were brutal. Devin worked part-time at a gas station near South Central from 4 p.m. to midnight. He trained every morning before dawn, then spent his afternoons caring for his mother, helping her with meals, checking her blood sugar, making sure she took her insulin on time. Sometimes he'd fall asleep on the bus, gym bag on his lap, hoodie pulled over his face to block out the noise. But slowly something changed. His footwork got sharper, his handle tighter, his shot more consistent. People at the park started noticing. "That the kid Magic found at McDonald's?" someone whispered one morning. Devin ignored it. He wasn't doing it for clout. He was doing it because he knew what it felt like to give up on a dream, and he'd never forgive himself if he let it happen twice. One Thursday morning, Magic showed up at the court with a man in a worn grey hoodie and a clipboard. "This is Coach Daniels," Magic said. "Head of West Valley Community College. He's got one open roster spot. And he's got 15 minutes. Coach Daniels glanced at Devin. "All right, let's see what you got, kid." Devin's stomach turned. His hands trembled. But he walked onto the court, picked up a ball, and started to play. Fast, focused, like every possession was life or death. Because in a way it was. Coach Daniels didn't speak for a full minute after Devin finished. He'd just run a series of half-court drills, full-speed transitions and pull-up jumpers under pressure. His chest was tight, lungs begging for air, but he'd hit every shot in the last sequence. Even Magic raised an eyebrow. Coach Daniels jotted something down, then turned to Magic. "He's raw, but there's something there." Magic didn't flinch. "That's what I told you." Coach Daniels looked back at Devin. "Grades?" "I graduated with a 3.1, Devin said. "Been out a year. No college credits." "Discipline?" Devin wiped sweat from his brow. "I work nights. I take care of my mom. And I've been here every morning for the last 4 weeks." Coach Daniels gave a short nod. "You free tomorrow morning?" Devin blinked. "Yes, sir. We're scrimmaging Glendale at 9 a.m. Be there. You'll run with the second unit. You show me you can play against real bodies, and we'll talk." Then he turned and walked off the court. Magic waited until the coach was gone, then clapped Devin hard on the shoulder. "You just got your foot in the door. Don't let it close." That night, Devin stood outside his mum's apartment, watching her through the window. She was sitting in her chair, bundled in a thick robe, quietly watching game shows. Her medicine bottles were lined up on the table, organized just how he'd left them that morning. He didn't go inside right away. Instead, he sat on the front steps and let the cool night air wash over him. Everything felt fragile, like if he breathed too hard, it would all fall apart. The next morning, he arrived at West Valley 20 minutes early. The gym smelled like fresh varnish and sweat. Banners from past championships hung above the bleachers, faded but proud. The players were older, stronger, louder than him. Most didn't say much, just glanced his way and went back to their warm-ups. Coach Daniels handed him a grey practice jersey and said, "Second unit, your running point." The first few minutes of the scrimmage were rough. Devin was nervous, overpassing, second-guessing his shot. The opposing point guard, a stocky sophomore with fast hands, picked him clean on the first possession. Coach Daniels didn't yell, he just watched. Devin took a deep breath, locked in. Next time down, he crossed hard left, used the screen and floated a perfect lob to the center for an easy bucket. The bench let out a shout, then a steal, then a fast break, then a pull-up jumper from the elbow. By the third rotation, Devin had found his rhythm. No flash, no ego, just basketball, the way he used to play before life got complicated. When the scrimmage ended, Coach Daniels blew his whistle and called everyone in. "Daniels," he said, eyes on Devin, "come see me after." The team broke off. Devin jogged over, chest tight. "You made mistakes," the coach said, "but you adjusted, and you didn't rattle." Devin waited. "I can offer you a partial scholarship, books and fees covered. You'll need to handle room and board." "You keep grinding, we'll talk full ride by spring." Devin's throat tightened. "Yes, sir, thank you." Coach Daniels handed him a packet. "Practice starts Monday. Don't be late." As Devin walked out of the gym, Magic was waiting in the hallway, arms folded, grinning like a proud uncle. "You did it," Magic said. Devin nodded slowly. "Nah, I started." Winter break came and went. Devin stayed on campus, sleeping on a donated mattress in a shared dorm room with 2 other walk-ons. He lived off ramen, tuna, and the occasional cafeteria swipe a teammate would slide his way. But he never missed practice, never complained, and he never, not once, was late. By February, he'd cracked the starting lineup. He wasn't the star, not yet, but his consistency stood out. The coach trusted him with the ball in tight games. He played tough defense, he hustled every possession. Local scouts started showing up. A few tweets circulated. "Kids got bounce, grit, reminds me of early Jimmy Butler." Then came the Glendale game. Sold-out crowd, playoff spot on the line. The gym felt like it was shaking. With 6 seconds left, West Valley trailed by 1. Timeout. The play was simple. Swing to Devin, isolate, attack the rim. He bounced the ball once, twice. The defender crowded him, expecting the drive. Instead, Devin stepped back, smooth, clean, and launched. The ball hung in the air for a breathless moment, then swished through the net as the buzzer blared. Pandemonium. Students rushed the court. Teammates lifted him off the ground. His phone lit up for hours afterward, but none of that meant as much as what came the next morning. Devin stood outside his mum's bedroom, holding a letter. She was sitting up in bed, robe wrapped around her, eyes tired but warm. "You checked the mail?" she asked. He nodded. Something came. He handed her the envelope. She opened it slowly, fingers trembling. Then she looked up, eyes glassy. "A full ride?" she whispered. He smiled. "Coach said I earned it." She reached out, pulled him into a hug. For a moment, Devin let himself rest in that embrace, the first deep breath he'd taken in months. They didn't say much. They didn't need to. 2 weeks later, Magic Johnson invited him to a charity event at a community gym in South LA. Devin showed up early, dressed in his new team warm-up, nervous as hell. The gym was packed with local kids, families, camera crews, and ex-NBA players. Magic stood at center court with a mic. "Before we run these drills," he said, "I want to introduce someone. Some of you know his story. Kid working at McDonald's, taking care of his mom, trying to make it." He gestured to Devin. "But this ain't about pity. It's about persistence, about betting on yourself even when no one else will." He motioned for Devin to come forward. I found him behind a counter. Now he's leading a team toward the playoffs. But more importantly, he's showing every kid in this city that no situation is permanent, that hard work and heart still matter. The applause was thunderous. After the event, a little boy ran up to Devin with a Sharpie and a napkin. "You're my favorite player," he said shyly. Devin blinked. "Me?" The boy nodded. Devin crouched down, took the napkin, and signed it carefully. As he stood, he caught Magic's eye from across the gym. The legend gave him a small nod. Proud, quiet, knowing. Devin nodded back. Because in that moment it was clear, this story was never just about basketball. It was about showing up for yourself, for your family, for what's possible when the world forgets your name and you decide to write it back in, bold. If Devin's journey moved you, hit subscribe and click the video on screen. It was chosen just for you, and you're going to love what comes next.